60 years ago today, on March 14th, 1964, the verdict in the Jack Ruby trial was reached. Coming so soon after the death of President Kennedy, this high-profile case was followed by millions around the world and generated a great deal of emotion. And that emotion, which provides a window into the mindset and mood of the nation, is reflected in a series of Western Union telegrams that were sent to the presiding judge in that trial, Judge Joe B. Brown. And we're going to share a few of those with you today. This one reads, "If verdict is guilty in the first degree in the Jack Ruby trial, it is my will and the will of millions of people across the world that the sentence be suspended and that Jack Ruby be honored with the Congressional Medal of Honor. I believe that the way our beloved president was slain was enough to drive any man into temporary insanity." And it was sent from Detective John Roberts in New York City. So a New York City police detective felt that Jack Ruby needed to be awarded the Congressional Medal of Honor for shooting Lee Harvey Oswald, the accused assassin of President Kennedy. We asked some of our staff members to help us share some of these quotes from this remarkable series of telegrams in our Judge Joe B. Brown Jr. collection. Let's see what they have to say.
Your Honor, there is no justice in Dallas. Mr. and Mrs. George Weisenfeld, Los Angeles, California.
March 15th, Tarzana, California. Judge Joe Brown, congratulations to you, the district attorney, and jurors. Constitutional law was on trial and won. Mr. and Mrs. W.J. Brandt and Mrs. J.C. Proctor.
Jack Ruby did not have a fair trial in Dallas. Of the men that Oswald killed, why should Jack Ruby suffer the penalty? Ms. Woolward, 1964, March 14th.
Shame, 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 shame. John Richardson, 36 Wall Street, March 15th, 1964.
Thank you for your fine kangaroo court held in Dallas on Ruby trial. Robert Bastier, 1702 Belmont, that's March 15th, 1964.
Justice Joseph Brown, the trial was a farce. Mr. Powers received more justice in Russia. Joseph McMahon, 8279.
From Columbus, Ohio. Dear Sir, our paths have never crossed, but I respect the decision of the courageous jury in the Jack Ruby case, and the prosecutor was outstanding in my mind. You have redeemed the name of Dallas. The United States was cheated by the killing of Oswald of the knowledge we needed. If the decision had been any other way, the Reds would have laughed us off the book. Thank you for your courage. Respectfully, Annetta Baker.
From Hollywood, California. How dare you compound the indignity and horror that your city and state caused last November by convicting Oswald's executioner? He did what any American at the time might have done given the opportunity. Further, apparently your Texas unreasoning did not even take into account Mr. Ruby's mental illness as recognized in any court in this country when qualified by the eminent doctors who did so in his case. Another black mark on Texas. May none of you rest in peace in this world for your infamous verdict. You know, Jack Ruby, if he was caught up in the emotional atmosphere after the Kennedy assassination, then telegrams like these really do provide that necessary context to understand the emotion of that time.